Welcome to Market Vibes weekly update. It's been a couple of weeks, but I wanted to go over what's happening in the Market Vibes world and different indexes that we have and so forth. First of all, nothing here is financial advice. You do you. I'm just presenting how I'm using Market Vibes for my own investments. Okay, so first of all, if we go to the home page, everything is basically showing green again on Market Vibe software. This basically means the bullish momentum is continuing in most of the markets globally since the whole tariff reversal we had around 7th of April. In terms of our portfolio, just a recap, we have Ethereum 2x ETF, we have Bitcoin 2x ETF, and then we have this is Russell 2x ETF. This is a small cap in US, and the Dow Jones 2x ETF. If you can see here at the top, it's been a month. I think we started around 8th or 9th of June, and we are still like 6% down. But keep in mind that we have riskier assets in this portfolio, and we are also on leverage. So both ways, the swings could be wilder, but the example we are providing here is because this works in riskier assets and it can perform even with leverage, which means if you go and use this for like solid indexes in India or US, this is going to work even better, right? So the reason it's down 6% is because of Ethereum. As you can see, if I hover here, Ethereum is like around 39% of our portfolio. So in terms of Ethereum, there's one time, just one second to refresh page. Um, okay. There's one time Ethereum had a dip, right? This was around the time Israel, situation. And now you may ask, like, okay, so there was a dip here, and we actually sold at the bottom, right? And that's okay, because here's the thing. This was, if you think of technical analysis, this is like basically a consolidation in this zone. It broke down. The goal of this software is to protect your money, which basically means that no one knows if there's going to be reversal here, right? At this time, it detected a weakness. So it's like, okay, I'm going to turn red because this doesn't look good. But when it reversed, it also turned green. So we basically sold here and then we got back in here. And you may think like, hey, but that's a loss of few percentage. Yeah, sure. But like in the long run, we are eventually going to win. And if you don't trust it, you just have to like look at the calculator. The historical return simulator is going to give you all the details that you need to know. If I make it 4 years here, this is like the best example you can give yourself, right? The returns are 10% on Ethereum if you just buy and hold, right? But look what happens if you are using market vibes. What happens if you're using 2x leverage? We have 2x leverage. So I am having a longer term goal to trade Ethereum here versus just having short term goals of like seeing 5-10% down, right? To be honest, if you ask me in terms of like technical analysis, I can open up the chart of Ethereum. I'm looking at this could be flying around the 5,000 zone, and we'll see what market vibes can help us with that, right? Because in terms of Bitcoin, we were around here, 85K. That's when it gave us a green signal. It's still green. So if you go back and, we open Bitcoin, it gave this green signal around here, right? 76 core on 19th April, $85,182, and it's still green. There's a lot of volatility, but it doesn't matter because we are not chasing pennies. I rather have like systematic approach versus chasing pennies. So if you think of it, in 1 month, we didn't have that many trades. If we calculate the number of trades, one trade we had with Ethereum, and I think there was one with small cap as well. Let's just see. Yeah, that was two blips. I think there were two trades, but it kind of like balanced out, right? And I'm not sure if Dow Jones had any trade. So we started uh, around here, like 8 June. Yeah, so that was one trade, right? But then it's still just going up. So we did not have like many trades, although we are managing four assets. We had around like three trades in a month, which is handleable. All I'm doing is I open this page. If it's showing green and if I hold that asset, I had to do nothing. If it's red and I'm holding the assets, I sell it in the pre-market, right? And then if I already sold, and if it's red, I have to do nothing. I'm just holding cash for that specific asset, right? It's that simple. It's basically if it's green, you can get in. If it's red, you don't have to worry about anything. If you doing a job or business, so you have some cash flow and then you want to like reinvest, you want to like add more positions, again, you do the same thing. You pick your best asset that you want to invest in, and then you just basically say, hey, I'm just going to get in and I'm just going to repeat the process that I'm repeating for other assets and so on, right? We are more interested in solid stuff and not penny stocks and things like that because indexes over a long period of time gives you amazing returns and like market vibes just turns that even in onto steroids, right? So the other thing I wanted to show is like, how the NASDAQ and like, American stuff is doing. So if you take an example of NASDAQ, NASDAQ had a reversal on 7th of April, like 100 score, and it's not even shown a single weakness on market vibes. It just keeps going up. Now, this is absolutely amazing. This is like 30% reversal. So if you were on 2x ETF, you can probably make 60%, within a short period of 3 months, which is incredible. And the thing to notice is it has actually crossed the all-time high, right? So the all-time high was around 20.2 K, and it's actually around 20.4 K right now, but I think it touched, yeah, 20.6 K, right? So I think, when it goes this up, sometimes there's going to be some cool off that's coming. And market vibes will be watching that. If there's weakness, it's going to probably turn uncertain or maybe even red, depending on the kind of weakness it sees, right? So we'll keep a close eye on what's going on, but there's not much to show. I'm happy with the portfolio. It's 6% down, but that's because like the weightage is on Ethereum, which is, around 40%, as I said. But we're doing pretty well with the couple of indexes. The Bitcoin, we actually bought it at all-time high almost. So, it's fine. It's not doing much, but I'm not worried. This too might be shaky, but that's the whole point. We want to show the assets that are actually riskier. And even if you buy an all-time high, you could still be, doing okay in a longer term. That was the whole point because you want to use the software that doesn't want you to be like thinking too much about what's going to happen if I buy here or there. You just follow the principle, follow the math, follow the math. Basically, this whole thing is math driven. So if it turns red, if you're in that asset, you sell. If it's red and you've already sold, you just wait until the green comes. If the green comes and you're in cash, you just get into the asset. It's as simple as that. You can repeat the process, rinse and repeat. Normally, what I do is before the market open, I have like 10 minutes to just see. But you have to understand, if you're already invested and everything is showing green, there's nothing to do. So it's not even like 10, 15 minutes, right? The time comes when you have to actually buy and sell. That's when you have to like, spend like 5, 10 minutes to kind of put the orders in the exchanges that you're using. But that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Please use the software, give us feedback. I'll put the description of our website and channel. Thank you again for watching.